This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life.
Hello, everybody. This is Paul Neeson with the Raw Life Health Show. Thank you for joining. And I just wanted to remind people, a lot of the teachings I do are about overeating and over-consuming. And even if you're eating a raw vegan diet, if you're eating too much, it's not going to be healthy for the body. One of the books I wrote was called The Daylight Diet. And The Daylight Diet is a book designed to help us not to overeat. Because when the day ends, we shouldn't be eating so close to bedtime, giving the body a chance to actually digest the food and utilize the nutrients from the food. And I would submit that more people out there today suffer from overeating than they do undereating. That's right. More people are actually starving by overeating poor quality food or even overeating on good food, creating such a mess in their body that the body can't digest and process the foods that it was designed to the right way. And overeating is a tremendous issue out there. So I do recommend a daylight diet so people would just eat less and less often. But I also want to talk about fasting. Now, fasting is not something that should be used as a weight loss method. Fasting should be used as a rejuvenation method of your body revitalizing itself. And there's different types of fast out there. There's water fasting and there's juice fasting. And technically, there's dry fasting is the only real fasting, because if you're water fasting, you're on a water diet, and if you're juice fasting, you're on a juice diet. But the real type of fasting is dry fasting. Well, either way, one of the things I learned a long time ago at the Hippocrates Health Institute from Brian Clement was it's very beneficial to give the body as much rest as possible when it comes to our diet. And one of the best things we could do is to fast from food at least 1 day a week. At least 1 day a week. And you do not need that days of nutrition. That rest that you're getting will be more beneficial than that nutrition for that 1 day. If you're going to get a deficiency from missing food for 1 day, you're not getting enough nutrients on the other days. So we need to understand it's not easy to fast, but it's something we can work up to. It does take a tremendous amount of discipline, and but we're all disciplined for what we truly love. And if you love your health and you love your body, well, then we need to be disciplined in not eating for a whole day, or even 2 days, or just even a half a day. We have to get used to missing a meal. So if you're used to eating 3 times a day, well, work up to doing a fast. Maybe cut down to twice a day. And then a week later, cut down to once a day. And then after you get used to that, maybe you can cut down to just doing a liquid throughout the day. And you can be on your road to fasting. So I just want to remind everybody about just not overeating and to make sure you're fasting. And there's a lot of information and videos on my site about both topics. I encourage you to get the book, The Daylight Diet. But so many people out there are just eating way too much, and even raw foodists, they're eating raw food candy bars and all this other stuff today. It's not healthy. As a matter of fact, why does somebody overeat to begin with? I would say overeating and undersleeping are 2 of the biggest causes of disease. And why somebody would overeat to begin with is no matter how much they're eating, their body's not getting the nutrients from the food because the food is just missing something. It's just not healthy. Very rarely would you see after people detoxify and cleanse and they get rid of that heavy cooked feeling that they desire to put them to sleep after a meal, you don't see people eating a big meal when the food is healthy. At first they might because they're not used to that fullness, but once their body cleanses and detoxifies, you don't see that. But what you do see is people that are eating unhealthy food and processed food just always wanting more and never seeming to be satisfied because the nutrients aren't in there. So we want to eat our foods as efficiently as possible, and that's why I always say raw, ripe, fresh, and organic is the best way to go. You do the best you can do. But overeating is a thing to think about. Somebody says, well, it's too much money to eat healthy. I said, look, if you have 1 organic orange versus like 10 organic oranges, the nutrition that you're going to get from that 1 organic orange, yes, that organic orange is going to cost more than 1 unorganic orange. But when you look at how many unorganic things you have to buy to add up to the nutrition in that one thing, it's not as inexpensive as you think to eat healthy. So I want to encourage everyone to eat healthy and fast. Try to fast on a regular basis, maybe 1 day a week if you can, maybe even more. Definitely as a cleansing during the season, maybe do 2 to 3 days. And if you have any comments or questions, post them below the video. But don't negate fasting or intermediate fasting. I mean, technically, we're all supposed to fast every night when we go to sleep, and then we wake up. That's what I call it, a break fast. We're breaking our fast. However, people are eating all night now. They're not even following that. So that creates a problem. And get encouragement. Read some books on overeating and why people do it. And from a healthy standpoint, you can go to my website, rawlife.com, and you can get my book, about the daylight diet and talk about that and overeating. But I talk about overeating in all my books because it's something so many people do, but they shouldn't. So thank you for checking out the video, everybody. Put your comments, questions below the video. Until then, have a great day and a great raw life.
Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show. Raw Life, brighten up your life.